Well, in news from our very own newsroom, senior SABC News political reporter Lehana Tsotetsi is hanging up the mic after nearly 40 years at the broadcaster. He joined the SABC back in 1980 and has covered a number of historic moments in the country's road to democracy. Between 1993 and 1996, he was based in London as the SABC's correspondent there. And today, well, it's his final day at the SABC, and he joins us now live in studio to talk to us more. Lehana, thank you very much indeed for coming through. How are you feeling at this very moment? 39 years.
It's been a long walk.
Yeah.
We really worked hard. It's been tough, and it's been exciting. It had all its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But I remember when we started 1980. We started in radio.
Right.
And then there was the idea that they were going to start TV2 and 3. And TV2 and 3, and then 1981, 82, it started. But before then, we were taken in for training.
Yeah.
Broadcast journalism.
Right.
Yeah. And then when it started in 1982, we hit the ground running.
I mean, you know, when you go back all those years, I was actually telling my child a few days ago, programming, TV used to stop, programming used to stop, and they used to have this test pattern, the SABC test pattern coming up. I mean, all those years later, when you look at your career, all those years later, what stands out for you?
Well, I think what stands out for me now could be the kind of interviews that I did. Yeah, it's been a very difficult, right. Sometimes easy, but some very dangerous. Take, for instance, the interview that I did with the then rebel guy, Laurent Kunda,
yes,
who was based in the DRC, right in the bush. It's almost about an hour or two from Goma. So through my contacts, I managed to get this guy who at the time was under the international warrant of arrest.
Right.
Yeah. So we got the guy, we did the interview, but it was so scary because at one stage I had to ask him a question of, are you using children as soldiers and giving them drugs? Then I could see these are children behind him with rocket launchers and AK-47. I was a bit scared, but I had, well, let me ask because I'm here already. Well, another one, which was not really a good one, which I never want to talk so much about, it was when we went to Angola during the elections.
To interview Joseph Savimbi.
That's right. Yeah. At the time, the Americans were supporting Savimbi.
Right.
So we went there, we interviewed Savimbi, and then after the interview, there was a decision amongst us journalists that we should go or not. Others say, no, we can leave tomorrow. Others said, no, we should leave today. And then we left. Then we went into the flight. I think it was a few minutes or so after, I had a loud bang. And when I looked on my right, the propeller shaft, it was like vibrating and falling into pieces, the engine. And one guy on my left, who was from German television, said, we have been shot.
Right, yeah.
Then when he said that, that's when I saw the smoke coming out from the cockpit, coming down. And at the time, the flight was now going down.
Right.
And it was hell inside. We were all trying to go up, and the luggage and the flight was going down like this. Just to cut the story short, eventually it hit a tree. And as it hit hit the tree, remember, whilst it was coming down and it hit the tree, it was almost all the pieces were cutting off. Yeah. And when it hit the tree, it came to a stop, and then the pilot was dead at the time, and just half his body was outside, burnt to ashes, and there was fire. And that was that was the.
And how does that incident? It's incredible when you talk about it. You're a plane crash survivor, live to tell the tale. How does that change a person's life?
Well, it was very difficult because immediately thereafter, I was posted to London.
Right.
So it meant I had to take a flight again from Joburg to London. But I informed the air hostesses my problem, because each time there were turbulences, I would sweat, and then I would hold the people next to me tight, and then they would explain to them that this guy's got this kind of problem.
Yeah.
And at the time I was with my family when we were going there.
Right.
Yeah.
Psychologically, it affects you. Does it still affect you now?
Not at all now, because I had to go through British Airways counseling
Right.
and Virgin Airlines counseling, and it worked. It helped me
Yeah.
to be able to fly again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot, you've seen a lot, you've wrote scads, done scads of stories that have changed the face of South Africa almost. Some of your stories over the number of years. We're in this 24-hour news cycle now where it's all about the number of clicks you get. You've got social media as well playing a part, good or bad. You could go either way. How has the industry, the journalism industry, changed over the years?
I think it has changed a great deal, especially if you think start first by using the equipment, the typewriters, and you had to use the ink and all that, and to tablets today, and and the reporting itself.
Yeah.
And during our times there were restrictions. We couldn't say certain things, we couldn't say certain things, but now, journalists can go to town, but at least even what is available now, you have to be responsible as a journalist.
Yeah.
You have to be responsible.
Yeah.
That's one thing sure.
Right.
Even if you always talk of sources, make sure that what you say is exactly what is right.
And credibility is key. Once you lose credibility in the public space, it's very, very hard to restore that. So facts matter, isn't it? How have you maintained that over the years?
I've always tried by all means not to be sensational.
Right.
To go there and report what I see and give the real facts of how this is things turning around, and just not to add anything that I think might spice the story, but to write what is on the ground and what is happening. And to show commitment, because I knew that every story that I do, it's my reputation and integrity at stake.
Yes.
So I have to do the best and to do the best of my ability. Yeah.
We hear about SANEF mooting this ethics inquiry as well. Do you think it's needed nowadays?
Well, in terms of lining up good ethics in journalism, you need to have such a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your advice to those youngsters sitting at home? It's Youth Month. We, at the tail end of Youth Month, thinking to get into this crazy world of journalism, broadcast journalism especially. What's your advice to them?
My advice to them is that journalism, it's not about money.
Yeah. And that's the big misconception, isn't it?
This is a profession where you have to build yourself. You have to show commitment, and you have to be honest.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that you don't want to do what Lehana did.
Yeah.
You have to have your own way of doing things so that you become a unique in your own style.
Yeah.
So most importantly is showing commitment and to be absolutely honest.
Right, yeah. What's next for you, Lehana? The next chapter of your life? I'm sure you'll still have that itch to be in the know. What's lined up for you?
Well, for now, I've just been toying around with putting on paper part of my life.
Right. Oh, that's your memoirs, yeah.
That's right. And I'll start working on it. And thereafter, I'll get a cue from my family where we should go.
Yeah. I guess they're happy that they'll have you now, man, because this journalism industry, it's 24/7, isn't it? You can't just take a break.
It took most of my time, but I'm happy now that it has come to an end.
Yeah. Just finally, which person at the SABC that you would never want to see again? I'm joking, don't answer that. We want you to leave it a good note, but thank you very much for coming. Look, Lehana, you have strengthened the chops of the SABC. You're a quality journalist. Your name and your face is synonymous with SABC News, and we wish you nothing but the best, and God bless.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And to all my colleagues, thank you so much for supporting me. It's been a very good journey that I traveled with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ah, there we go. A bittersweet memory. Such experience, such quality work Lehana has produced over the years. That was our very own senior political reporter, Lehana Tsotetsi there, who is going on retirement. Today is his last day at the corporation, and we wish him nothing but the best. Thank you very much indeed. All right, we've got some breaking news now.